Hi friends, welcome to the craft room. Come on in and join me. My name is Susan. I'm so glad to have you here. I'm an independent designer with Chalk Couture, and I love to come on here and share project ideas with you guys. So come on in. I am actually, hey, it's Shay and Tay. How are you doing? I hope you guys are having a great Friday. It is very cloudy and overcast here and windy. So we are going to have a little bit of fun and bring some sunshine into the craft room. So come on and join me. I have had a busy morning already. Been over to the school and helped with an Easter egg hunt. As I'm sure you saw my post of my little buddy, my shirt I made for him yesterday. But we are officially on spring break now because both of the boys are done with school and they're home and don't go back until the Tuesday after Easter. So we are officially on spring break, so I'm probably going to need to be up here more than usual, but come on up and join me. Anyway, let's get started. So today I am going to share our last project idea with our Club Couture. So Club Couture is my monthly subscription club. For $21.99 a month, you get some fabulous goodness in your mailbox without even having to think about it. And then you have tools to create whatever it is you want to create with it. My job is, or what I like to think my job is to come on here at least once a week throughout the month and highlight the transfer that we are offering only exclusively to our club members or designers for that particular month. So I like to come on at least once a week and try to give you an idea. I've done that every week this month. I forgot to bring the one project up here, the very first project I did of the t-shirt that I thought I would be able to have a chance to wear, and I have still not have worn. But I have done 4 other projects, but I have one more idea, and since today is the last day you can grab this month's option, I wanted to come on and share that idea with you. So anyway, we change this every month. So on the first of the month, you get a brand new design, and I'm going to sneak peek that to you at the very end. And it runs for the course of that month. And then once that month is out, it is gone. So you might want to hop on and get this tonight before midnight, whatever time zone you're in. Actually, no later than midnight Mountain Time. This will no longer be available. So I'm going to show you the transfer. This is what it looks like when you get it in the envelope. You get this, which is, like I said, the exclusive transfer. We call it a B size. It's basically about an 8.5 by 11. As you can see, I have well loved this transfer. Our transfers are guaranteed 8 to 12 times as long as you take great care of them. And a lot of times you can get even more than that, you guys. So it might stain your vinyl, but as long as your silk screen is clear, you can keep creating with it. So I love that. And as you can see, I have loved this one. I'm telling you, I think this has been my very favorite out of all the transfers that I've seen for the 2 years I've been in Chalk Couture. That this has been my favorite. So I wanted to review, in case you haven't seen my post, or if you haven't seen any of my videos. I do have a YouTube channel, just so you know, because I don't come on Instagram very often and do live videos, but I do want to sample it here every once in a while for you guys, because I wanted to share the love. And I love to create and love to share that with you guys. So I do have a YouTube channel. It's in my link if you want to, or in the... yeah, go to my bio. It's in my link tree. So if you haven't caught any of them, I'm going to show you what we've created with this. But you get a transfer if you're in the club or a designer. That's the only 2 ways to get it. And you get 3 coordinating paste packet. And this month they gave papaya, camel, and shimmer melon. So these are called single paste packets, but you can get more than one project out of these, you guys, for sure. And if you are curious as to how to store it after you've used it, because you won't want to use the whole thing for a project, you can store it and then create kind of like a library of colors until you decide what colors you really, really love. And then if you wanted to, you could buy a jar. You're also creating a library of transfers by being in the club. So $21.99 a month. They do not charge you shipping. It's sent automatically after you sign up your first time. Once you sign up your first time, you will also get a squeegee, which is the tool we use to apply our chalk paste to it. And once you have signed up, they will send it as soon as possible, whatever time it is during the month. But then for the months going forward from that, it just automatically starts processing around the 5th of the month. And usually you have it by the middle of the month. They commit to have it mailed, I think, by the 9th. And depending on how close you live to Utah will determine, you know, when you receive it in the mail, because it comes in your regular mailbox. So we also offer, they'll send you a video with email and written instructions, like a video in it. And of course I come on and share ideas as well. And I'm always here if you want to message me. I'm happy to give you any other tips of ideas. On my Facebook, I have a VIP group where I also share other ideas. So I'm always here to help you with that if you need help. And let's see what else. We give you a monthly special. Every single month, we offer a special only to our club members. And this month, if you spend $100 online, which we are having all these promotions that are ending today, the Transfer Palooza, where you buy 4 transfers and you get one of them free. Then let's see what else we have going on. Oh, we have 50% off in all of our Easter and faith-based transfers. That's ending after today. What else do I have going on? I'm sure if there's something else. I feel like there's one more thing I'm forgetting. But if you spend $100 in my online store, by the way, as a club member, you only ever pay $5.99 flat rate shipping for your first order every month. Most club members don't order more than once a month, so you are saving a ton of money, no matter how heavy it is or how big it is. That's what you pay as a club member. That's a better rate than I get as a designer, believe it or not, guys. But this month, if you spend $100, you will get a free fuzzing cloth, which this is a tool I use almost every single project. And you get not only this, but you will also get a set of transfer trimmers, which these are designed to work exclusively, not exclusively, but perfectly with our transfers because they are coated. They have a long blade, but they're coated so they don't stick to your transfers because our transfers are self-adhesive. They've got adhesive on the back, and most regular scissors will stick to them when you're cutting them. But you will get these, and you get, placement tape. Free placement tape, and you can use it. It's got a little ruler on it. You can use it like to mask areas, which I'll probably be doing today, or you can use it to help you measure out or place. That's why it's called placement tape. So anyway, you will get those free if you order $100 or more. So that's the scoop. Wanted to let you know. And in March, we just in our March mailing, we actually included our brand new latest product reference guide. And it basically is not a catalog per se, but it is. It is a catalog in that it shows you every product that we have available right now, from our transfers to our paste and inks to our surfaces, okay? And accessories. So everything is listed in here in color. And it's already, it's like in a catalog form, but it also has pricing with it. So it shows you what the cost of the transfer is, regular pricing, retail pricing in Canada also, because we do ship to Canada, and as a designer. So you could see how much you could save if you decided to sign up to become a designer on my team. You would save 40% off of retail, and it shows you the pricing on that. So that's actually something new too that we just sent out in March. I'm trying to see where I need to put this. And we actually have a new product launch coming on April 13th. So I'm sure that after that has happened, they'll send a new one out for that new product as well. They haven't told us that. I won't find out all that information until tomorrow because it's the first of the month. Can you guys believe it? It's April 1st tomorrow. So it's going to be all new promotions, all new color of the month, all new Try Me kit, all new Club Couture special. I mean, all new transfer, all kinds of things happening tomorrow on the 1st. So let's get started. Let me review. Like I said, I made a t-shirt with my transfer. I love to do that. I love to ink t-shirts, create my own stuff. This was also another project we did with this month's transfer. Okay. So just showing you some versatility of being able to put it on different surfaces and have different looks. This was on I just upcycled a clearance, whatever that is, sign or whatever. I upcycled that from a discount store. This is from my little rabbit keeps falling over. This was from, I need to turn it so y'all can see it. This was from Bullseyes Playground. It was their little plastic cake pan, they're calling it. It's an Easter cake. I don't know what they're calling it, but it's like a cake stand. and I just upcycled onto that. So we did that as well. Let me move that out of the way. I only have so much room I can work with on here. I did the shirt, told you that. Oh, this was probably my favorite. This was another Target Bullseye upcycle with this. I used some wood cutouts. If you're interested in accessing these, let me know. I'll tell you where you can find them. But I did this as well. Isn't that so cute? I bought the boot there and just upcycled it. So I love to upcycle, you guys. You know that. And then last but not least, last week we did this. I inked a tea towel. And I just used some really fun, bright, springy colors. Most of those, I think, are our new En Vogue colors that came out in February. February, I don't know. February, I think it was. So that was what we did last week. So one more project idea. So have you guys seen these? Now I've had this for a while. You know I love my Target Bullseye. I always score there. I find something, at least one thing almost every single time. Hey Linda, hope you're having a good Friday. Almost every single time I go there, I find at least something that I can put in my stash for doing a project. I have 2 things I'm looking at right in front of me right now that are Easter related. 3 things, excuse me, that are from Bullseye that I need to do a project with. So I just want to show you doing it like on this little riser. So it already came painted like this. It was the $5 option. And we are going to put our flowers on this. So that's what we're going to do. Now, I haven't done anything to prepare it. Like I said, it was already painted that way. So it's all ready to go. I didn't have to paint it. So that's going to save us a little time. I am going to lightly sand it. When I use a wood surface, I do lightly sand it. So this is just, sanding block. You can get them at Dollar Tree, your hardware store, wherever. So that just kind of smooths the surface out and prepares it to receive. And you know what, you guys? I really think I'm going to rough it up a little bit on the edges. Now that I'm looking at it, I might even take some distressing ink when we're done. Because my kitchen is gray and white, predominantly gray and white. And so it's kind of like, it's like farmhousey. And so I like that look of it being distressed. So I might just take a little bit off the edges because I think I'm going to like that. To add a little bit more character to it. And if I feel like I need more, we'll add some distressing ink at the end. But I'm just going to take a little bit off the edges. But I sand the middle just to make it smooth because the whole reason we do that is just because we want as smooth a surface as possible so that our transfer will adhere to it and we get a great image. And between the silk screen and then having a nice smooth surface, that's how you get a great image. Now I am just looking down here for my surface wax because this is wood and it's painted. Hi Kamara, I hope I'm saying that right. Thanks for joining me. I am going to take our surface wax that is available in my shop. This will last you a long time, has instructions on the back, English and French. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this and I am going to put it on the surface because it is wood and it's painted and I want to make sure I protect my transfer from pulling up anything from it because again, it's reusable. You wash it in your sink with cool water and a board eraser and you're good to go for the next time you want to do a project. So that's why I protect it as much as possible. That's part of taking care of your transfers. So I always highly suggest you wax your transfers. I am actually going to warm up my wax real quick. And if you guys have any questions, I'm not sure if I'll be able to see comments. Hopefully I will. I did bring up my iPad, but I'm not sure if I'll see them either place. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm not even sure if I can pull up my live. That it's not even like really showing me that I'm live. So I'm not sure how that works. On Facebook, I know how to pull it up and see my live while I'm doing it. I might have to I know what I can do. Hang on a second, guys. I'm going to pull it up because I'm afraid I'm going to miss a comment. But if you have questions or comments about anything that I'm doing, please feel free to ask. If I miss it during the live, I will definitely go back and answer it after the fact. So let me see. Oh, here we go. This is what I'll do. Yay! Now, if you guys wouldn't mind, if you will hit that heart button, it just helps my little business grow, and I so appreciate it. And if you wanted to, you could also send this out to a friend. You can share the video. And I would so appreciate it. I'm just doing that right now. Okay. Anyway, that just helps my little business grow, just so you know. So I'm just warming up the wax just to make it so that when I go to buff it, which is basically just, you know, rubbing it, smoothing it, that it's, you know, it's going to flow nicely. You know how it is. Wax is hard, just like a candle wax. When it gets warmer, it's more liquid. So I'm just doing that so I can really make sure I'm getting it in my surface. I'm not going to worry about the handle because obviously I'm not chalking on the handle. So we are just going to use chalk because this is just going to be decorative. Now, what I will say to you, if, oh gosh, I keep shutting that the wrong way, y'all. If you are concerned about your surface, so I put the wax on there to protect it, and I'm going to put the chalk on here next. The chalk goes on cold, it goes on cold, it goes on liquid, it goes on wet and hardens to the touch in about 5 minutes or less. So if you're concerned, it will stay on there. You don't have to worry about it. You can put things on it. You can even wipe it. I mean, don't scrub it, but you can wipe it and it'll stay on there. But if you're concerned about longevity, for example, if I'm selling an item, like if I do this and then I'm going to sell it, I spray it with a clear coat spray. Now, I don't use a food safe one because I'm not going to eat off of it. But if you wanted to do this image or any image on a thing like this little riser, I'm calling it a riser. They may call it a charcuterie board. I'm not sure. Let me see. It says decorative purpose, not for food. So see, they're not even saying it's ready for food. You could make it food safe though. If you wanted to put your image on here, spray it with a clear coat sealer just to seal it. Then if something was sitting on it and it was wet or you needed to wash it with soap and water, you'd still be able to do that. And guess what? Your chalk would not come off. But if you wanted to make it food safe, you could do your image, let it dry all the way. And then I believe Mod Podge makes a food safe version of their product. And you could just put that on over top of your chalk image, your chalked image, and it would be food safe. So you would be fine if you wanted to use it as a charcuterie board. I mean, that would be pretty cute as a charcuterie board. I mean, and I think you could use this just about year round. It wouldn't have to be, I mean, not maybe in the winter, but most of the spring, summer, and maybe even fall, right? And the colors that I'm going to choose today, I am choosing these two colors. I'm going all shimmer. I am going all out because I'm a shimmer gal. I love shimmer. I'm going all out. So we're going to do shimmer eucalyptus. And this is actually a special color that only designers got last year, but it is a shimmer and it's kind of like the shimmer rose gold, but it's got more brown tones in it. So I am actually going to use those two colors on this. I'm going to keep it very simple. I know that's unusual for me, but I am going to keep it very simple so that it kind of just is a subtle statement, okay? Which is unusual for me. Like I said, I'm usually the bright color gal. But this will actually blend in with my decor, just my everyday type decor as well. So let's get started. I've done the hard part. The rest of it's super easy. So I just take my transfer and I'm just going to walk you through the steps. Like I said, if you have questions, feel free to ask. Maybe this is the first time you've ever seen anybody do anything with chalk. Maybe you've never heard of it. I had not before I used it. So if you have questions, don't be afraid to ask. If you don't want to ask in comments, feel free to send me a direct message because I'm happy to do it that way as well. Hi Eric, thanks for joining me. All right, so what I'm doing right now, this is our fuzzing cloth. That's what I was telling you. You could get it free if you order $100 worth of product on my website only. This is a fuzzing cloth. So what happens is, like I told you, this is sticky. Now, I have used it several times, so it's not as sticky as it was the first time. But once I wash it, the stickiness comes back, which is great. That's what you want. Some people call these stencils. They're similar, but they're better. They're thinner. They have the silk screen so that your image stays right where you want it to be. And then they're self-adhesive. So that's probably the best selling point, if you ask me. But I want it to be sticky, but not so sticky that when I go to pull it up, it wants to like pull against. So that's why we just put a little fuzz on the back of it to make it a little less sticky, I guess, on the surface, okay? And it depends on which surface you're using as to how sticky you want it to be. Now, when you're putting it on a fabric, for example, like we did last week and my first week when I made my shirt, you don't fuzz it at all because you want it to be just right down on your shirt. You want it to be as sticky as possible. Now, if you'll notice, this, like I said, this The size of this is about 8.5 by 11. And you'll notice it's not going to all fit on there. Number one, I'm not concerned about that because I don't care if the whole stems all fit on there. Hey, Lorraine. But my butterfly is going to come off the side too. Do you see that? I mean, I don't exactly have it placed, but my butterfly is not going to fit on there either. So that's why I was telling you I'm going to definitely need to use some placement tape. So that's what this is a good idea for me because I'm a visual person and I might get talking to you guys or answering a question or just excited about what I'm doing and forget, oh, I didn't want to chalk that. So I use placement tape a lot of times for just for blocking off something to remind me, oh, don't put any chalk paste there or ink or whatever it is I'm using. So let me real quick, I think I'm going to place mine like this, okay? And if you missed the beginning of it, Lorraine, I did talk a little bit about how you can protect it and how you could even use this like as a charcuterie board. You could go back and watch it after I have finished, or I can elaborate to you if you send me a message or let me know. Send me a text and let me know. So I am going to place it where I get the majority of my flowers on the surface. I'm not worried about, I have a phrase down here that says, just keep breathing. I'm not worried about that right now. So I'm just letting that hang off, but I'm trying to get the majority of my flowers kind of on here, kind of centered, you know, and as you can see, it is grabbing it, which is what I want it to do. But let me just try to line this up because I'm an eyeballer. I don't know about you guys, but I'm an eyeballer and sometimes that takes longer. So let me get it where I think that looks like it's about the way I want it to be. Because I do want to see, I might need to bring it down just a tiny bit because I don't want that flower to be too much on the edge. I really want to make sure I see the flowers as much as I can because that's the pretty part. I think you guys are going to like the way this turns out. It's going to be very subtle. I've seen it kind of in this color, not the eucalyptus shimmer, but I've seen it in a similar color palette, and I feel like it is very pleasing to the eye. It's very calming, very calm feeling. So let me know what you guys are up to today. I'd love to know. All right, I'm going to put my placement tape right here, or let me know where you're watching from. I know where Lorraine's watching from, and I know where Linda's watching from. But the rest of you that are joining me, thank you for being here if you're joining me live. I love it when you guys come on here and join me live. It makes me feel like I'm crafting with friends. Okay, so I am now just pressing down my silkscreen area, and the silkscreen is the white, where you can see the white. That's where our color is going to go through. So I'm just pressing that down firmly to make sure that I have no bubbles, no bumps, no big hunks of any kind of, you're still working. Okay, girl. Well, you're multitasking. I do the exact same thing. You might as well have something enjoyable on. So you don't have to communicate with me. You can just listen. You want to make sure there's nothing like underneath or in your silk screen area. Because sometimes I'll get a piece of my hair, dog hair, a piece of big fuzz, a piece of old dry paint. You never know. So just make sure that's not in your silk screen area or near the edge of your silk screen, because then you might get a bleed. Okay, and that's what the sanding also and the wax also helps with. It helps so that your image won't bleed. Okay, so we're all set. It's ready to go. You guys, it's going to take like less than a minute. I am just going to take one of my small squeegees. So we have multiple size squeegee tools, guys. I showed you the mini that you would get with your first subscription, but this is a small one. They're so economical, you guys. They don't cost hardly anything. And this is a great size as well, especially if you're doing like I'm doing on this project where I am going to actually use all one color. Okay. Hi, Nat. Thanks for joining me, girl. All right. So I'm just going to grab my chalk paste. That's what it looks like. Is that not gorgeous? Tell me that's not gorgeous. I love that color. Gosh, I love that color. And anytime it's a shimmer, I just love it. But the color, the shade alone is so pretty. Okay. So I'm just putting it directly on my squeegee, and look what we're going to do. We're just applying it to the silk screen, and you go down as far as you want. And this is our new design of transfers. They just came out this year, and they are so nice to work with. You get like no resistance. Your squeegee, can you guys see? You don't use as much chalk paste, and your squeegee just glides right across the surface. And I just feel like you don't, it's easier to clean, it's easier to work with for your projects. So I am thrilled to death that they have come up with this new design. This just came out in January with the new ones. It's a new company we started using this year to design our transfers. Not design them, excuse me, create. We have a design team that designs them. It's the company that creates them. So, you guys see what I'm talking about? And I'm trying to move quickly. Now shimmer, because like I said, our chalk paste will dry in like 5 minutes or less, but shimmer does take a few minutes longer, just so you know. Whatever they put in here, it is, you know, you feel it, it kind of feels gritty when you're using the shimmer. So press a little firmer on your squeegee onto your, you know, to push it through the silk screen, but it does take a little bit longer for it to dry, maybe like 7 or 8 minutes as opposed to the 5 that regular chalk paste does. So as long as I move quickly enough, I should be fine. But if you're concerned about it, you do what we call a paste and peel technique, right? So you do a little section and you pull it up like this. And you release the chalk paste and then you just let your transfer lay back down. You don't press it back down, but you let it lay back down. And then what that does is it releases the chalk paste to your surface instead of it drying in your silk screen. Because then you'll pull your image up, and believe me, I just did it earlier this week on that adorable little cotton candy project up there. I let my paste dry. I was working with all those different colors. Not cotton candy. I called it cotton candy. It's candy, jelly bean. It's like a jelly bean jar. But the shimmer does take less time. And then I usually go back over it and just pull off any extra because it really only takes a little bit, you guys. Okay? And I put my extra back in my jar. If you're using a jar, if you're using one of the single paste packets, make sure you only squirt out maybe about the size, depending on, like for this, I probably would have done about the size of a nickel, and it would have probably been plenty. If not, squirt out a little tiny bit more. You can't put it back in the paste packet. You know, you can't put it back in here. If you guys could do this in the shimmer melon that comes with the kit. You can't put it back in there, so don't waste it, okay? So you can always add a little bit more out, squeeze a little more out, but you can't put it back in. All right, so here we go. Here's my favorite part. Here's my peel and reveal. You guys, how pretty is that? Isn't that pretty? That was so little effort. And I paid $5 for this surface. Now you could get any kind of surface, We have amazing surfaces in my online shop. So if you need help determining a surface, then just let me know. And what I could even do if I wanted, guys, do you see that print? You see how the detail, look at the details. Oh my gosh, look at that poppy. I think that's a poppy. Look at that poppy. Look at the details, right? So if you wanted to, you could let this dry and then you could go back. Let's just say, for example, okay, it's a poppy, right? So poppies are pretty bright, right? So grab one of your bright colors. And you could go back in with a paintbrush and take a little bit of your chalk paint directly out of your jar with a paintbrush and paint it in, almost like it's a watercolor if you wanted to. I really considered doing a watercolor kind of project for you today. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with me today. I've had 2 cups of coffee. I should be all right. But I did not. I chose to do this one instead, but I did consider that. But you can do it with watercolor paper. You can use our chalk on regular paper, and you can do it like that's like an outline, and then you can go in and color it. You could even use a paint pen if you wanted. And then remember, like I said, you could spray it with a spray sealer, or you could find the Food Safe Mod Podge and cover your whole surface and be able to use it like a charcuterie board. Just make sure your chalk paste is dry, which is going to be dry in just a matter of minutes. Normally, I would take this to my sink right now and go wash it, but I'm going to use another couple pieces of it, so we're going to wait, and then I'm going to wet it and do it. So I do still want to use my butterfly. I'm just going to place him somewhere else because he's all the way up here. I don't have to use the butterfly. I could not use it, or I could use multiple. I could put several butterflies on here. Maybe we'll do that. I haven't done that yet. This is the color I'm going to use for the butterfly. And then I'm going to put the words, just keep breathing. I'm going to line them up down here over top of the stems. But first what I need to do is dry this, because if I I can't paste over top of this anyway. Actually, should we do the butterflies first? I can't paste over this anyway until it's dry. let's just dry it first. So I'm going to take my little handy dandy air dryer. This is just warm air, and I'm just going to help speed up the process of drying. And then I'm going to place a couple butterflies. Got to decide, because I like to work in odd numbers. So I either need 1 or I need 3. What do you guys think I should do? 1 butterfly or 3 butterflies? Any more than that I think would be too much. Let me know in comments. I would love to know what you guys think. This doesn't take long, and I wouldn't suggest, I mean, you could use a blow dryer, but maybe use the cool setting. It doesn't take a lot. It's just really the air that's drying it. It's not the heat. It's not like paint. With paint, you think, thank you, Lorraine. With paint, you think, you know, you probably want to do the hot air, like a blow dryer. But with chalk paste, that feels pretty dry. That should be good. And I'm just doing that so I don't smudge it, but then also so that I can put my words down here. I think I'm going to do my words first, and then I'm going to do the butterflies. That way, visually, I'll know what area is already covered. Now, because I'm going to put this transfer over top of an area that I just chalked, I need to put a little layer of wax again. So if you're ever layering, you do want to put a little layer of wax between the image you just did and what you're getting ready to put on top of it, because this is sticky and you don't want to pull up the chalk paste that you already put down with your back of your transfer. So you just kind of do the same thing. You just prepare it just like we did ahead of time. So now it kind of almost seals it in there. Does that make sense? And then I'm just going to buff it. But you see, I'm rubbing on this right now and it's not coming off. That's how remarkable this stuff is, you guys. Oh, never mind, just 1. Okay, well, let me put the words on. I'm thinking 1 might be enough. I was thinking 3, but then I'm like, oh, I don't know. It might be a little bit too small for 3. So I'm thinking maybe because I'm putting the words on. If I wasn't putting the words on, it possibly could manage 3. So anyway, let's do the words first. And I'm going to do the words in this color, okay? So give me just a minute. And actually, this is what I also do. Because you saw I only waxed down here. I didn't wax up there. If this accidentally fell on my hand and got on there, it might pull it up. So I use my backer sheet as a little masking tool a lot of times. But I think this would look super cute. I think this would be cool as a charcuterie board, you guys. I don't do them, but you could use it for anything. It doesn't have to be charcuterie, whatever, you know, whatever food board you wanted to do. But if you do, make sure you put a food safe sealant over it, okay? All right, so I have that down there. Let me grab it. I haven't used this one in a while, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. And I'm just going to use, so this is another squeegee I was telling you about. We have so many different ones. This is our multi-purpose tool. I love this one. Look at the size of that. It's perfect. So I'm just going to take my other color right out of the jar. And this is a very fine, thin font. Very thin or fine font. So I feel like it's very delicate. I feel like the whole thing is kind of delicate because of the, I don't know, it's like wispy. That's why I think it would be cool as a watercolor. I really, the first time I saw it, that was what I was thinking of it as, so I'm surprised I never did do that project. Okay, so as you can see, we're right there. And look, can you see it? Isn't that pretty? Look how pretty that is. I could have probably done it up a little higher, but I think that's really pretty. And I was thinking about putting the butterfly up here, but I think I might put it here. I feel like there's too much white space there. So that might be a good place to put it. So I don't need to wax it again. I'm just going to be real careful with the rest of my transfer. So I'm just going to pull off what I need. I'm going to pull off my butterfly and try to mask the rest. because I'm not chalking over top of another chalk. I'm just putting it on that surface that I already prepared. I just want to be careful and not let any of the sticky get on my other, you know, any of the adhesive. All right, so let's try that. Get on any of my other transfer, or what I've already done. Ooh, I kind of like it close to the words, you guys. So I am just letting that lay there. I'm just gonna press my butterfly in and not anything else. And I'm gonna do it in the same color because I just wanted to keep it very, very simple. You guys, if you like this idea or these types of projects, if you would not mind hitting that heart button for me, and gosh, I would love it, so appreciate it if you guys would share it out into the universe. Just helps my little business grow, getting exposure. I just love to share my love of creating with the world. So if I can inspire someone or educate or encourage or just entertain, that's just kind of my purpose. That's my why, as I'm sure many of you have heard that. What's your why? Okay, you ready? Look at that, guys. Isn't that so pretty? And look at the details on that butterfly. And guys, here's another thing. So you see that we have this butterfly. You can do this on any type of surface you want. You could just say, you know what, that is a pretty design, but I don't want that whole design. I only want the butterfly on something. Go do a butterfly on something. You can use just different parts of the transfers for different projects. I have seen several designers use these particular flowers with another transfer that we have that's offered for this spring that says, you belong among the wildflowers. This is perfect for that. Or maybe you even, guys, people have even chalked on their skin, like a temporary tattoo. They've even done that. Now don't do ink, but you could use chalk on it. You could chalk on, did you know that you could even use these on your, like your windows, like at home, or if you have windows in your kitchen or on your microwave or on your refrigerator. You guys have seen me do that. I've done it on the back of a toilet seat, you guys. There's just nowhere you can't chalk on, honestly. But you can use different elements as well. You could, maybe that phrase is just maybe it's your phrase, or maybe that's just something that you feel like you need to keep reminding yourself. Put it on your bathroom mirror and chalk it on there. Just keep breathing. Just as a reminder every day, you know, when you look up, okay, that's right. Calm down. I got this. You know, that's the cool thing about the transfers. You can use them in so many different ways. Any way you can think up, more than likely you can do it. And you can use just bits and pieces of it. Maybe you are a poppy person and you just wanted to do a whole picture of poppy. Maybe you're an artist and you already paint maybe background scenes, or you just paint abstract and you want to put something else on it to give it a little bit of oomph. We have people use our transfers all the time. We have so many different designs that it's easy to do. But we have so many people that use all the different designs and do it on top of even something they've painted. Or maybe you do like my daughter has done back here. This is one of those paint pours. Maybe you have that and you say, that's really cool. It looks so awesome, but it needs a little something. Go look through your transfers. You might find a little something you want to add on there. You can just put it on there in chalk. It's decorative. You don't have to worry about it. It's there forever. It's perfect. So I just want you guys to know it's so versatile. Do you guys think we need any more butterflies? I mean, I could put another one up here if I wanted. I'm just not sure where I would put the other one. I don't want to put one on the handle, I don't think. Is the one butterfly still good, or do you think I need more? Let me know, you guys. What do you think? Otherwise, we're finished. I mean, the only other thing you might want to do if you're doing this decorative is, I did bring this over here. Now, take this to your sink and wash it. Cool water, a board eraser, let it dry, the sticky side up, and then put it back on your backer sheet, put it back in your protective sleeve, and it's ready until the next time you want to use it. We do suggest you clean your transfers right after your projects. That's what's going to make them last the longest. You like it that way, Lorraine? Thank you. But look, I have this ribbon. You guys remember I showed you I got this at Walmart? Way back when. Gosh, when was that? Was it February or the beginning of March? If you wanted a little something extra. Now, I don't know that I really like this one, But look, I got this one too, and I haven't even used it yet. That's kind of what made me think of this color. Although that's not it. That's more of a gold. It's more of a tan. But even something like that, if you wanted to tie a ribbon around the handle just to give it a little, or even here, you could just tie it through here. I'm probably going to look through my yarn stash, or not my yarn stash, my ribbon stash, because I really didn't look well beforehand, and nothing else is coming to mind. I mean, this one is nice, but it's too bright, I feel like. So I might look through, and I might just tie a little something here, or even just maybe do a little beaded, not a tassel necessarily, but you could just put some twine through here and some beads on it and let it hang on, and that would look cool too, right? All right, guys, that's my ideas for you. I hope you like this. I hope you liked having it live on Instagram. I hope that this idea inspired you, or at least entertained you. I hope you enjoyed this project. If there's any questions, again, feel free to send me a direct message and ask. Hi, Jennifer. Thanks for joining me. If you'll hit that heart button and sprinkle it out into the world, I so appreciate it. And guys, I hope you'll come back and join me next time that I'm live. Otherwise, if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, look in my bio. You'll see a link up there. And you guys can watch all the other projects that I've already done with this particular transfer or something else. But I'm going to let you go. Have a great rest of your Friday. I hope you have a great Friday night. Enjoy this last day of the month. Don't forget, we have Transferpalooza. We have the last day for this transfer. We have the last day for the Happy Easter Swirls Try Me Kit. What else, guys? I feel like there's one. I keep forgetting something else. This Transferpalooza. I don't know. But tomorrow's color of the month too. So stay tuned. I will be revealing all the new goodies for April tomorrow throughout the day. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Thanks for joining me. Let me come into your home for just a little while. And until I see you next time, be safe, be healthy, and be blessed. Bye, guys.